What up, you guys? Welcome back to Pro Publications YouTube channel. The channel talk about zines and DIY publishing. And today I want to talk about this Omni double feature Bluntman Cronic boy comic in there by Kevin Smith with art by Mile Alred. Reason being that I recently picked up the Quick Stops, loved it, and was reminded of this issue, found it, and I kind of want to show it off. So this issue right here introduced me to a lot of artists that I liked a lot. Sergio Aaron, which I don't know if you guys have ever heard Groog, but I love his noodling, man. His noodling is so tight. Right, so that's one thing. But this as well introduced me to Mile Alred, and I love Mile Alred's black and white art. It always read so well, and you know, obviously it's an artist that I continue to follow after this, but the story is pretty straightforward, hella funny type stuff. I really wish they would have continued like a Bluntman Cronic boy comic story that just followed these adventures, because they're hella good. Always tying into the Quick Stop universe, movie. The Reluctant Heroes. The little Kevin Smith gags. It's definitely a much funner comic book story, not as text heavy as some of the other stuff that Kevin Smith does. And I really dig it, man. And keeping that meta thing, right? Banky Edwards, Holden McNeil. But in reality, we know it was Kevin Smith and Mile Alred. But nonetheless, always continuing with that meta universe stuff that he does so well. And then you have this one that's written by Pual Dini, which Pual Dini is someone that, as I got older, I realized who he was. Batman animated series. And honestly, I just love the way he writes. So Pual Dini is a writer, not necessarily an artist. But he writes well. And I like this comic as well. And this is the stuff that as I was growing up, I was picking up. And so it's really cool. And here you see, honestly, that Bluntman Cronic boy was written by Kevin Smith, illustrated by Mile Alred. Right, Sergio. And this was in 1999. So this is what I was up to when I was a young fella. If you never read anything by Mile Alred, this is just phenomenal cartooning. So clean, man. I love the way he does like the folds and everything. His inking is just so tight. Even this landscape, I just like that too. The way that translates the light and then you just see the line. That's so good. But yeah, reading the Quick Stop, it made me feel like, why shouldn't Kevin Smith just continue Bluntman Cronic boy comics? You know, maybe just do the first 12 issue run that they're talking about in the Quick Stop issue. Because in the Quick Stop issue, it talks about all that. And you know what? We've never really seen Cock Knocker in comic book format. And it would be tight. Unless there's other Bluntman Cronic boy comics that I never picked up. But if there is, let me know in the show notes, you guys. Because I'm all about this shit. Alright, you guys, that's it. I just want to show that comic book off. Don't forget about Feral Comics, the comic book zine anthology that I published. If you guys are interested, there will be a link in the show notes for you guys to check that out. For everyone that recently purchased some stuff on the new issue, thank you. I highly appreciate it. Really happy with the way this issue came out. And don't forget, we have a bunch of back issues as well. So if you're interested, hit the link in the show notes. Alright, guys, lights.